Just answering questions with Whack Tech. I got 2 long ones here. So here we go. From everything I heard since the massacre, 2 weeks before the massacre, Soros Murren sell their stocks in the hotels. Okay, you can find people selling and buying stock all you want to. You're refusing to provide any pathway to it. Everybody else does this too. What is the end game, and what does this have anything to do with? This is a distraction. Well, I heard the Coke stands in New York were shut down for the day. You know, memes like this don't do anything. And yeah, Moran and Soros sold and bought stocks all the time. This has nothing to do with it. Buying them back now for little, making millions. That's not actually what happened. Who told them? No one told them. Nor were they involved in causing it, nor any of the other memes, because the assertion that they bought and sold stocks or options or whatever is based on you not knowing what they actually did and ignoring what they did and not noting it. You're using the wrong terms. Sorry, I didn't know I was near a parking lot. Anyway, here's the next assertion. The person just goes on. You can read it below. Next, Hispanic lady and Hispanic friend telling everyone at the concert are all going to die. This is a drunk person at the concert screaming at other people because they were feeling triggered by the concert or something. And this has actually been confirmed later on. That's it. They weren't predictive programming, Illuminati symbolism, blah, blah, blah. It was just a couple of people being jerks at the time. Really bad timing, by the way, on their part. That got them into trouble, I'm pretty sure. But as you might imagine, unless they've actually done something wrong or it was a real good trip to track down, their names aren't going to be revealed because they did something stupid, and maybe they shouldn't be punished for the rest of their life by having truthers chase them down the street and yell, "I want to do an interview with you, Jesus." Anyway. And then we get to the ultimate 100% can't debunk it. Campos was also Hispanic. That's a laughably stupid thing to bring up, but okay, fine, sure. So is everybody in Mexico. Almost. So is your mom. Anyway, next. 2 planes found to be owned by Paddock, now on the East Coast, owned by your government. Counterpoint, they're not. That was literally a fake story. He sold one plane, at least, at one point, and it went through lots of places, but it's actually owned by a school on the West Coast. You don't know what you're talking about. Next part. Did Paddock work for Obama and or Hillary? No, he didn't. Actually, he didn't. And again, we don't have to prove he didn't work for them. You have to prove he did by actually finding some proof. Okay. Next. When both Obama had no power after leaving office and Hillary not winning the presidency, Paddock had no income. I didn't either. Does that make me working for them or against them? This is an extremely stupid thing. By the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but when people stop being president, they actually are allowed to make almost unlimited amount of money doing speaking tours. That's one of the things truthers complain about former presidents doing. Is it both ways? Or is it one way? Or does it just depend on what kind of point you're trying to make? Next. Paddock then decided to sell to drug cartels or MS13 because he would no longer be able to sell to Wahhabis? Or was that the other way around? Okay, at this point, you're literally just throwing crap on the wall and seeing if it'll stick. He wasn't part of MS13. No, he didn't have 13 tattooed on his neck, because that would be really obvious and everybody would make note of it. Yeah, he had a number 13 on his neck. We always wondered what that was. Seeing how gamblers are usually very, very phobic of unlucky numbers, just in case, I don't think that makes any damn sense. But anyway, let's just continue with this. And by the way, did you notice he left an orgy of evidence proving that he did it? He didn't care. Anyway, was this a double paycheck for murdering some of U.S. who did not vote for Democrats? Okay, shooting 500 people out of 13 million or whatever that was a swing vote, that's not going to do anything. As for instilling fear, the whole point of terrorism driven by political drive is that you're supposed to make an unambiguous statement that if you don't vote a certain way, we will kill you. We all know that that wasn't done, so this is a dumbass assertion. Next, what else we got here? Why did the FBI get involved? They're legally compelled to do so, you idiot. And next, Knowing how corrupt the FBI is then and now, why were they involved after the massacre cover-up? The massacre wasn't a cover-up. There was no cover-up, and the assertion that they're corrupt is based on them allowing themselves to be politically influenced instead of staying neutral like they're supposed to. But the main reason some of you are bringing this up is that the FBI is involved in an investigation against the current president. Shut up. Why did Lombardo say at the beginning, the next morning after the massacre, that this is his narrative? The wording used on the top of the page, which I'm going to address this really quickly. The police departments in the United States have decided to use the correct technical term for explaining something in a pattern that's like a story. It is called a narrative. That is a dumb damn thing to do. I agree with you, that was a dumb, stupid thing for him to say. Again, somebody like me or any of you should be hired to say, why are you doing that? And then they'll say, well, that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, and then you explain to them, hey, dumbass, the internet exists. Don't do that. He shouldn't have said the word narrative. And also, it was at the top of every single page, including the FIT report. It's a technical term, but, sort of like the word gravity, feminism, and communism, people ignore the definitions of things and just apply them willy-nilly. Or vanilly. Next. We are only aware that the mainstream media creates narratives without the truth. Now, when you capitalize truth, we got to go sovereign citizens here. You mean they don't consult you truthers that tell bullshit stories and repeat them all the time and sometimes make up fake stories? The mainstream media does not just lie. You're throwing everything in a bucket because they're also saying things you don't like hearing, like the Earth is round and it orbits the sun. Do you see where I'm going? Yeah, straight to hell. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.